And hello, welcome back to another wedding conversation with your girl Sean. And y'all know what it is. We about to get into it. But before we get into our conversation, you guys already know what to do. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, but most importantly, share this out. Hit that like button, okay? And drop down in the comments for us to finish the conversation from there. Now, if you have not watched my last video, it's okay. It's all right. We gonna recap the last video and we're gonna add a little bit more to it. But before we go there as well, let me introduce myself. I am your girl Sean and I'm your bridal consultant, okay? And we are here to have the conversation, okay? We are here to talk about the wedding planning process from beginning to end. I'm gonna say the things that you're thinking, but you're not able to say it, okay? And we're wanting to get down into the conversation. But the first thing before we do anything, baby, we gonna have a budget, okay? And just like my title said, it says I said what I said. Your wedding needs a budget. Now, we already know that money has a way of making people tense up. It becomes like this taboo topic that nobody wants to talk about. But come on, let's just be real for one moment. Weddings are beautiful, they are glamorous, and they're unforgettable. But guess what? To take a little money, we need some money. So before we get caught up in all this glitz and the glam, before we sit down and you sit down with your husband to be, y'all gotta have that budget conversation. Not later, not after you unbought your dress, not after you toured your venues, but that is the first thing you need to do is set a budget. Set a budget. And for whatever reason, I think, it comes off when you say that B word, which is budget. A lot of people like to equate it to it being that you're poor, you don't have the money, and all those things, but that is just not true. Having a budget is the sure way for you to stay financially stable and you're not going into your newly marriage in debt. You will be surprised on how many men and women are going into a marriage over a wedding and they're going into it with debt. And we're not talking about a small amount of debt. And because no money was ever set to say, hey, we're not spending no more than X amount of dollars, they just went in. Now, here's this what one thing I want to remind you when it comes to having a budget. Be realistic about your spending. That's number one. I need us to be realistic about your spending. Secondly, I want you to be honest about what you can afford, okay? And third, let's stay in our lane financially. Stay in your own lane. It does not matter what your friend, your cousin, or your co-worker even spent on their wedding. Their budget is theirs and your budget is yours. So if your budget costs you is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $8,000. Friend, I want you to work that 5,000 and create the wedding look you desire. And yes, it can absolutely be done with strategy, with creativity, and with smart planning. Let's remember, the goal isn't to compete. The goal is to celebrate your love without starting your marriage in stress. And most importantly, without starting your marriage in doggone debt. We do not need to start in debt. Okay. So when we're newly engaged, most brides are choosing and deciding and picking things from an emotional view and not a logical view. Okay. And I'm here to take some of that emotion out of the deciding factor. From how you pick your bridal squad, from your wedding planner, your venue, and your vendors. I'm here to give you the behind the scenes planning, okay? And a wedding planner focus on the wedding and reception. I'm here to focus on you, okay? You are my bridal bestie and we are friends, okay? Now, let's talk. Now, when you being emotionally driven, this will cause you to overspend. It is the quickest way to overspend because we are oohing and eyeing at everything we see, and we are picking things from an emotional place. And guess what? Vendors will definitely play off your emotions, and they would definitely play off your heartstrings. And it is nothing for them to say, hey girl, add this. And this is the added touch that you want. And before you know it, your added touch has equaled up to an extra $1,000 that you did not budget for. Okay. So here's another tip that I want us to follow. Let's not fall victim to the sales of the vendors. Stick to your original budget. And if and only if you have some extra room and you have a little wiggle room, we'll come back and we'll circle back around it. Right. So your wedding need a budget for all of these things. What does the budget look like? Now, I know it's one thing to kind of say certain things, and we don't never put an explanation behind it. We just be talking just to be talking. But I'm going to put an explanation behind it. Not only I'm going to do that, guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a picture for you to see it. Because it's something about being able to see this, right? You can see it. Uh-oh, I pushed the wrong button, y'all. I'm sorry. Being able to see it without it can help you a little bit, right? So as you can see, the majority of your budget is going to what? A venue and your catering. That is the majority of your budget, most of it. Now, here's a hack that I want a lot of brides to know. When you're looking for a venue, the first thing I need you to do is be able to see if you do not want a traditional wedding. And most traditional weddings is where you're having your wedding, actual exchanging of the vows. Your wedding is at a church, okay? That is considered a traditional wedding, all right? If you're one of the brides who do not want a traditional wedding, make sure your venue is able to handle a wedding and a reception. Let me say it again. If you do not want to go the traditional route, make sure your venue can handle your wedding and reception. Now, for the brides who do want to go a traditional route, if you are a member of a said church, 9 times out of 10, you will be able to get that facility for free. Okay. And even if they do decide for them to charge you for the sanctuary, it's usually not a upcharge fee and something crazy and out of this world. But no matter whether you go traditional or non-traditional, bulk of your money is going to go to your venue. And once you get your venue out the way, we already know that food is expensive. Okay. Your food is going to be expensive. Now, I don't know why when we are planning a wedding and reception, we are getting bougie. I don't know why when we doing this, we just feel like we got to make it rain on the people. This is not what we are here to do. This is not that. Here's a very, very good tactic to take when you're doing your budget and you're looking for a menu when you're caterer. Get food that stretch, get food that makes sense. Pasta is a good one. And I know I'm like, oh, pasta is so boring. But if pasta for Alfredo, chicken fettuccine, shrimp, all those things are on 5-star restaurants menu. So if they are good to be on that menu, guess what? They're good enough for your reception. You can elevate it especially if you get a caterer, it can be elevated to the level that you're looking for. We know chicken breast is a great one, mashed potatoes, green beans, a salad, garden salad. These are things that does not cost a lot of money and can stretch. So think about that when you're picking your food options. Get food that stretch. You can get more dimes, get more bang for your buck on every dime that you take. Okay. Next is more of your budget is going to go to your photography and videographer. Now, this is another suggestion that I want to give you. When you are looking for your person that is going to do these things, find somebody that is a 2-in-1. Okay. That way you are saving and getting more bang for your buck. If you have to get 2 separate people, that's understandable. I get it. But at the very least, try to find somebody that does both. Okay. Next, you want to look at your decor. It You want to have a place to where you can have a very nice setting. We know that a lot of people are going the minimal look, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like it if it's done right. Now let's go back to our first thing, which was the venue. Get you a venue that where decor is included. There's another way for you can get more bang for your buck. You want your money to work for you. You do. This is not a rush. This is not a race. Take your time, okay? You don't have to pick the first person that comes across your TikTok feed. You don't have to pick the first person that comes across your Instagram. Take this time, do your research, look into it, and see what they offer. And the biggest thing is we want to get more bang for our buck. Lastly, we do not like to add this in our budget, but I think that we should, which is our attire, your wedding dress, the your fiance suit rental, the shoes, the hair, the everything. We do not include that for whatever reason, and we should. The reason why is because you can walk into a boutique for your wedding dress and they're going to give you the highest dress purposely. Remember, we're here to tell the secrets. I got y'all. Okay. They're going to put you can tell them what's your budget. The first thing they're going to ask you is what's your style. You're going to tell them, hey, I want me a mermaid dress with a long flowy, whatever. I want it to be sheer at the top. They're going to be like, I got you. Let me pull it. They're going to pull the one of the most expensive dresses. If you tell them you don't want to spend no more than, let's just say, $2,000 for your wedding dress, you know what they'll do? They'll find the one that's $3,000. They'll find the one that's $3,500. They'll find the one for $2,500. It's just $500 extra dollars. Okay, so this is why you even need to put your budget for your wedding dress, even that, because they will upsell you, they will upcharge you, they will do all the things. Okay, so we want to remember that. Now we live in a world of things are kind of pretty much at our fingertips. We don't really have to outsource for a lot of things. And one of those things is, guess what? Our stationaries. That is one of the things that we can pretty much kind of do for ourselves. Canva is your best friend, okay? Canva is that girl. Go to Canva, do you some save the dates. In doing some save the dates, you can, you'll be surprised at how many beautiful options and templates that they have for you to choose from. So we don't have to necessarily go to a lot of these places to where they want to charge you and you can't really get the right look that you're going for. And if, when you do find it, they're charging so much money. Go to Canva. Canva is a free option. And even when you sign up, you can start off for like 2 weeks for free, right? You get 2 weeks free. And go ahead and get everything that you need. So let's look it up. Let's do save the dates, okay? Let's do this in real time so I can show you. Because I think a lot of people forget about Canva. Canva is amazing, okay? Hear me. Canva is amazing, all right? So let's get to it. Let me share my screen with you guys, and I meant to do save the date. Let's do this, okay? And look how beautiful. Like, yo, look. What? Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry, y'all. In real time. Look at this. Is this not the cutest things? And this not even all of it. Look at that. Are these not cute? Is it not giving top of the line? Like, add your picture. Like, how cute is that? Oh my goodness. And these are just save the dates. And if you do want to go with look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. How cute. So anyway, that's a way where you can get more bang for your buck. That's a way to where it's a free option. And guess what? Walgreens, CVS, Office Max, Office Depot, these are your staples. They are your friend. Go to the Walgreens. Walgreens are always running a sale where you can go and get this stuff printed out for like $1. You know, and most importantly, because you can do it this way, I can send this through my phone. You even gotta print it, okay? Unless you're just until it's time to actually do your wedding invitations, okay? So I showed you, I gave you a breakdown of what your budget will consist of. And these are the things that I want you guys to take into consideration. Remember, we're not going to go in overspending just because we can overspend. Being able to say that, hey, this is my wedding and this is my dream, if I always wanted this, isn't good enough. Okay. Let's not go in overspending and going into debt, going into your 401k, maxing out your credit card for something that's going to last for maybe 8 hours out of the day. You can accomplish everything that you want and you need within being in a budget. Just set the budget. And like I said what I said. Your wedding needs a budget. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you on today. And we'll be back. Okay, we're going to be back. And once we get back, we're going to talk more about the next steps in your wedding planning process. Okay, and we're going to make our first stop at the venue, the questions that you need to ask and the things that you need to look for. All right, you guys, y'all be sure to drop down in the comments. I'll see you guys and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.